If you hate President Trump so much that you would rather parrot Chinese communist propaganda than agree with Trump on anything, I don't know a more diplomatic way to say it, you're an idiot. The Chinese coronavirus proves how much Democrats and the mainstream media hate President Trump. Think about that. Democrats and the mainstream media are siding with actual communists rather than agree with President Trump on anything. The Chinese Communist Party says the name Chinese coronavirus is racist, and this is obviously propaganda to take the blame off themselves for starting a global pandemic. And you can tell because Chinese state-run media outlets in China are calling it the Wuhan virus themselves. And it is the Wuhan virus. Where did it originate? Wuhan, China. And who covered it up, lied about it, denied sick people medical care, and silenced doctors and whistleblowers who tried to warn people about the virus? The Chinese Communist Party. Now, everybody with a single brain cell knows calling it the Chinese coronavirus is not racist because the name has nothing to do with the Chinese people and everything to do with the Chinese Communist Party and the location of origin for the disease, just like Ebola, Zika, West Nile virus, Lyme disease, German measles, Hong Kong flu, Spanish flu, just to name a few diseases named after their location of origin or discovery. But who is parroting this ridiculous Chinese communist propaganda claiming Wuhan virus is a racist name? The American mainstream media, that's who. The American mainstream media hate President Trump so much, they're taking the side of the Chinese Communist Party. The same Chinese Communist Party that killed 65 million Chinese people in order to impose socialism on their country, then brainwashed their people with revisionist history books that erased the government killing their own people. The same Chinese Communist Party that murdered academics and intellectuals and actually cannibalized teachers who threatened their communist crackdown. The same Communist Party who murdered 20 million other Chinese people between 1950 and 1980 in labor camps, murdered God knows how many dissidents in Tiananmen Square. This is the same Chinese Communist Party that imposes a brutal one-child policy on their people, forces abortions on women who violate it, disappears dissidents to this day, including a billionaire who criticized President Xi Jinping over his response to COVID-19 just last month. This is the same Chinese Communist Party who censors the news and bans U.S.-based social media networks, who lies about their brutal persecution of Uyghur Muslims, forcing them into concentration camps where they face torture, rape, starvation, medical experimentation, organ harvesting, and murder. This is the same Chinese Communist Party that allows sweatshops full of child laborers, who cracked down on a free Hong Kong, stifling dissent, trying to extradite Hong Kong citizens to mainland China for thought crimes, and perpetuates the theft of billions of dollars of U.S. intellectual property every year. If you hate President Trump so much that you would rather parrot disgusting Chinese communist propaganda than agree with Trump on the Chinese coronavirus, then you've got a problem.